What's going on, everyone? It's Adam McInnis, hit songwriter and producer, and today I'll be breaking down NCT Dream song, Hello Future. A lot of people have requested this song, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I have not listened to it yet. If you're new to this channel, or if you're coming back and you enjoy what I'm doing here, where we're doing these in-depth song breakdowns and video analysis, where I'm trying to really help you see all the behind-the-scenes information of how these hit songs are created, do me a favor, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure your notifications bell is on so you can be always staying tuned to the upcoming content we're doing. We will be doing our first demo critique live on this channel, so that way artists out there in the world can send me in their songs and I can put my golden ear onto them and hopefully help you. We are the channel of golden ears, meaning I'm trying to help all of you understand how to hear what's in hit songs. So if you want to be part of the golden ear club, just let me know in the comments below. That's what we're trying to bring to this channel, is understanding high level information of hit songwriting and production. If you like music, if you're just a musical fan in general and you just like good songs, do me a favor, support my band, Sons of Legion. Check us out in the description below. I'll leave a link to some of our music. Hopefully you'll enjoy some of the tracks over there. That being said, let's get into it today with NCT Dream song, Hello Future.
Big dreams and big thrills, flying high 터무니없는 상상해봐. 네 눈앞에 달려들고 있는 별 나같이 불을 태워봐. 시작이라는 걸 넌 믿을 수 있겠니? 이제야 사랑을 할 것 같아. Ready or not 가는 거야 너를 믿어. So just knocking doors down, yelling now.
Alright, let's stop right there before we get too deep. The melodies already are crazy. Let me break down what's happening in the production. Okay, so you're going to see they're going to grab attention within the first 8 seconds. If you've been on the channel before, you know that's what's happening in all of these songs. But let's see how they're doing it.
Big dreams and big thrills, flying high 터무니없는 상상해봐. 네 눈앞에 달려.
So listen to the sound below. It goes boom. So I can't tell you exactly what that sound is, because that sound could be a bunch of different things. It could be a bass line that someone took and then they raised it up an octave. So before it could have been like doo doo doo, and they raised up an octave, so now it's doo doo do 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 do. Could be that. I could also make that same sound out of a vocal. I can chop that up and make that similar sound. So I don't know how they did it, but that is a sound that is giving the rhythm in the background. It's like so listen to that. That's the first part that grabs attention, because the way it's recorded is very interesting.
Big dreams and big thrills, flying high 터무니없는 상상해봐. 네 눈앞에 달려들고 있는 별 나같이 불을 태워봐. 시작이라는.
So they say big dreams and big thrills. That's a way of using one word, big, and repeating it in a way so people can remember it right off the bat. Okay, this is a songwriting trick. If I said like jump high, jump over the moon, right? Instead of saying jump so high that you land over the moon. If I can say one word and just pop it twice, it helps the listener to hear the information and instantly kind of be on the ride with you. So that's how they start off the song, which is clever. Okay, cool. So then when it goes into the next melodic phrase, listen to the sound that goes, it's too high for me to sing, but it's like a pa. It just goes pa, which it sounds like a hit with some reverb, and that's to signify we're going into a new melodic section. Listen to it right here. So that sound, that pa, is signifying we're going to the next section, and we're going to add the drums now. So now all of a sudden you're going to hear these drums come in, and that's now we're moving into this new melodic section. All right, so they go to that new melodic section and they have the full drums in now. And notice how when they go to the next melodic section, you'll hear that pa again. Watch. Okay, this is so interesting because they're doing hints of power threes and then they're changing them, which means they're doing this cleverly. So let me show you the part I'm talking about. Here's the hint of the power of three. So, Janji. So, same thing they did twice in a row. Janji. So in theory, it would go Janji, and we would have had a very structured power of three there that we could have easily seen. But they don't do that. They go like this. So he goes, which is not Janji. That little skip that they do is just adding a little bit more information that it's very clever, but they've been doing this on each section. Each section, they started out with a part that repeats these things twice, and before they go into another power of three, they're changing it just a little bit, which is very clever. Very, very clever. So right there, that that's doing it twice. They're not doing it three times. It's like they're purposely avoiding power of threes. Maybe they've seen my channel and they know I'm hip to it. So they're like, oh, we're just going to move it just a little bit. Because there's so many great melodies already in the song. But here's the question, is will people be able to remember all of the melodies? And that what I won't know until after the song starts getting spread around and you start to see if people are reacting to it musically and remembering it. Because I'll be honest, so far, there's so many melodies going on, it's a bit hard for me to remember all of them. I know that I like them, but it's a bit hard for me to remember all of them. Here we go, satellite radio. Okay, so far we're going into territory that I've seen a lot before in previous songs, where is they drop out a lot of the instruments on the pre-chorus, which is happening right here, and then right when it starts to go into the chorus, so it drops down and starts to come back up, and as it comes back up, you'll hear more sonic information, claps, stomps, things increase to build more tension, so that way we can release when we go into the chorus. So check out the tension and release they're building. See it build. Okay, so boom. Notice how we always talk about building climactic sections in a song. That's what they're doing when they go to this high note with all the claps, with all the stomps. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit so you can literally hear how when we go into the pre-chorus, they remove a bunch of sounds out. It goes into a very simple kind of guitar part in the background. And then as it all starts to come in, there's more sonic information and more sonic information. And it goes to the highest note of the scale, which was probably the root note of the song, but up an octave. And they hit it at the highest point before the chorus drops. So, broken down, build, claps pick up, high note. All right, once again, universal lyrics, on the way up, hello future. Everyone can sing it. Most likely a bunch of people who are fans of this music will be in a stadium singing it all together. So it's something everyone can wrap their heads around. But let's look at what they're actually doing. The chord movement in the piano is very interesting. It's actually a similar chord movement that I've heard in a Seal song, which I've also mentioned before, that someone else must have been studying Seal. And it's such a different shift from the verses. So let's look at this chord progression that they're doing.
hello future 너를 만나
that bum 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 bum. That is interesting chord progression. Bum bum, especially for a chorus when you're trying to uplift people. It's very, very interesting. But the melody is doing something very like sweet on top. So it's that contrast between this bum bum and this very nice melodic structure on top. So listen to this. All right, cool. So let's break down the chorus, some things that are happening in it. Right when the chorus hits, you're going to hear what is called a down riser. Some they call them that, or downshifters, or impacts. There's all different kinds of ways people say this. Basically, what it sounds like is a psh, and you're going to hear it in the background. Watch. So the full drum beat is going boom, cat, boom, 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 boom, cat, boom. So that drum beat is what's kind of keeping the neck snapping back. Boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, boom. So check it out when you listen to these things, because all of these layers are what make a vibe. That's when people are like, oh, that's a cool vibe. That's what they're talking about. It's a layer of how the bass plays with the drums, and how the drums play with the piano, and how the pianos play with the synth, and how the melody sits on top, and it creates this layer cake. And this melody of super interesting melody. Whoever created that was in the room, and that's one of those melodies that you throw out and you look around and you say, did everyone else think this was cool and different? That's one of those melodies that you go, oh, let me see if anyone else really likes this. Super interesting. The vocal sounds great. Let's keep listening. And then the cool thing to help their transition in this way is the high vocal going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it carries over into the, we on the way up, we on the way up. So I always tell people it's a thing that you can do. It's like an octave shift, where you sing a high note at one point, so the ear goes, oh, what's that? But then the very next line, you sing a low note, right? You can sometimes do this at the same time as well. But if you do a really high note, yeah, and then start saying, we on the way up, the ear is trying to follow up and down, and it creates a really cool roller coaster. Cool. So as they go into the second verse, you'll hear this this boop, which is a record stop. For anyone out there, it's called a record stop. It's when you put an effect onto a vocal, which makes it go from a normal vocal to sounding like it's stopping on a record. So it's like, like you're talking and then goes all of a sudden. That's a record stop. And now hopefully you hear that ping, high ping sound I said before, because now you hear it without all of the other instruments and it's more full. Watch when it goes record stop and then a ping hit. Watch. Okay, cool. So when they go into this section, listen to how they remove some instruments. It almost goes into a trap beat. You'll hear the hi-hats come in, and you're going to hear that bing, bang, bang, where now it becomes more like a lot that happens in trap, but they're kind of mixing trap with also pop, which is why it's still kind of pretty. Where trap will always use minor notes. This is still playing in that realm, but not so dark to where you get left out of the energy. Check it out. Watch here. Back in to build up tension. Build up tension. Okay, so it seems like what they're doing, I will say this chorus melody, I love. I'll be honest, I'm a fan of Seal. I'm a fan of these like soaring vocal parts that are over interesting chords. I'm a fan of that stuff. I think it's, to me, it's very artistic, and it definitely grabs my attention. So for me, this chorus is just super hooky. I can't get it out of my head, actually. It's that catchy. Now when they're going into the bridge, let's see what they usually do, or what I tend to notice on all of these songs. We're going to go into a rap section that is a little bit more energy. It's going to have less production going on, so it's mostly going to be drum focused. And it's going to build back up to a final chorus. Now, I haven't heard what they're going to do, but a lot of times we go into a part where we have ad-libs, or they'll drop down the first half of the chorus to make it kind of sparse, only to build it back up again at the end. And a lot of times I notice that they have two bridges. It's almost like they have one rap over here, then they'll do a different rap over there, and then it goes back into the final chorus. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's what I tend to notice a lot of. Okay, this part is cool though. Listen to there's a sound that's going, wah, 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 wah. It sounds like it's actually a vocal that someone took and put it into a sampler. So for anyone out there, a sampler is kind of like a module or a plugin that you can take a sound, put it into the sampler, it'll just focus on the sound you're working on, and then you can morph just that one sound. So let's say if someone was singing a vocal and they had a vocal that went, yeah, and you took that yeah and put it into the sampler, now you can go like, yeah, 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 yeah. You can do whatever you want with it. You can put a reverb on it, delay on it, saturation on it. You have more control over that one sound. It sounds like that's what they're doing here with that high vocal. Listen to it in the background. I'm just going to stop it because they didn't go into another rap bridge, but they do have two bridge sections, and now it's a vocal part where it's kind of sounding very melodic and sweet, actually, which once again, that's what I keep saying in these songs. It's the contrast. It's the salty and the sweet. It's that mixture that makes people love this music, and I get it. Honestly, I've been doing now review videos for about 2 weeks, and I've never listened to K-pop like this before. I worked with aespa. So to me, every time I'm listening to something, I'm learning something. And one of the major things I'm learning is contrast between the sweet, the sour, the salty, and the umami. Probably we can add that too. Okay, cool. Before we get into this breakdown of this part, I want to hear this sound. This is an interesting sound that's in there. You're gonna hear a tuk tuk and a whamp. It's just gonna sound like a slap bass or something in there, but it just goes like wank, which is a very interesting sound to use to go into this really sweet part. You're gonna hear it. Watch. It goes. Ooh, those harmonies are beautiful. Listen to the harmonies. These are beautiful harmonies. So let me break down what he's doing on these harmonies. So one is going and one's going listen to that note. So pretty. Listen. Ooh, those, whoever created those harmonies, so freaking beautiful. All right, if you watch my reaction video, love what you selected on those notes. Let's really dive in. Let's listen to these harmonies, because whoever put these together, if it's the guys in the group, or it's the vocal producer, or the writer, or the track producer, I don't know, but I do know they're beautiful. So check these out. Wow, so listen to this one at the end. It's a low one that comes in. Watch this. Okay, for all the golden ears out there, listen really, really intently to the low harmony they bring on this very last line. I'm going to zoom in on it. Watch. It goes, but it's way in the back, right? So listen really intently one more time, but it's going to go, no, 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 no. Check this out. If y'all can hear that, your ears are definitely growing from this channel. All right. If you can hear what I just did, I'm gonna do it one more time. It goes ba-di-da-da, da-di-da-da. All right. Check it out. Oh, they do another rap. Cool, so they're bringing back the rap, but listen, they're also bringing back that sound from the beginning, that boom, ding, don't, whatever that bouncy bass line thing we were talking about from the intro. Listen is where they bring it back. And I'm a jet dummy, so get ready to clap back, buddy. Okay, so they did a breakdown. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. Notice how they do is they do a thing, it's a sub hit. So it goes boom. That sub hit is kind of like a way of like dropping off a cliff. We're like boom. And then it builds up to this new chorus. All right, so that's the way to build tension release for this final chorus. Now, we don't know, but most of the time, like I said, they add ad-libs, they add little riffs and runs and things like that. So we'll check into it and see what they do. But this is most likely what happens in songs like this. But listen to where the sub hit goes boom. For all the ad-libs. Wow. Okay. There's that sound. Cool ending. Cool track. All right. I will say this. I've listened to one of NCT Dreams before, and I thought they had good voices because I know the level of production that goes into all this stuff. I can listen to anyone sing and go, all right, I can tell how hard the producer had to work versus how easy it might be with other groups. And so far, I really love EXO as far as a vocalist. They're really, really good. I will say that this is one of the best NCT Dream songs that I've listened to in the short period of time that I've been listening to their stuff for these reviews. Okay, that being said, I hope you enjoyed NCT Dream song Hello Future. I really enjoy looking at this one because I can tell they did a lot of growth vocally. The choreography is great. This is really a step up from one of the other songs that I have referenced before from them. If you like this channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure your notifications bell is on, and also leave me a comment below. Let me know what you want to hear. It could be any genre, any song. Just let me know what you want to see broken down so I can help more of you become golden ears. All right, that being said, my name is Adam McInnis. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Give me some of that.